So, I've been thinking about religion and the reasons why people believe in religion and the afterlife. And one of the things that came to mind was fear. Now, fear and guilt and wish fulfillment, these all play parts in creating why people believe religion. But fear of death, fear of hell, they all give incentive to people to continue believing whatever religion they believe in at that time. Which frightens you more? The idea that your religion may be wrong and you'll end up going to some other religion's hell, like your Christianity is wrong and something else like Islam or Judaism or any of the other number of tiny little branch-off religions that there are out there, maybe your version of Christianity is wrong. Or the fact that God doesn't exist, and neither will you after you die. Just nothingness. You will be like where you were before you were born, nothing. It would be a blank slate, you wouldn't exist.
Venom Thing X, if anyone wants to disagree with him in a video response and post it to his, he will not accept it because he claims that they are turning people away from God. And that's dishonest. If they see every side and then make their decision, then they will, in fact, be more likely to stay with Christianity. I think that's something that Venom Thing X doesn't understand. It's like he can't take someone disagreeing with him. He talks in his videos like the Bible is the truth and it should be so obvious, and because the Word of God is so glorious that it trumps everything else. Honestly, I think you're out of your fucking mind. Not because you're Christian, but because you're you and the way you act. This isn't Christian persecution. I think there's a reason why so many people on YouTube hate you. It'd be different if you actually approved people's video responses that disagree with you and actually honestly tried to prove them wrong. But you don't. You just cower and you let every comment go through you so you can pick and choose what people can say to you. Who's a coward does that? A real man doesn't do that. You need to fucking grow a pair, Venom Thing X.
Let's take the Bible itself. In Genesis, they talk about how the sky is a solid object, okay? First of all, they talk about how the sun and all that goes around the earth. Well, we've proven that's untrue. But they say that the sky, the heavens, is actually a solid object around the earth, and it rotates. All the stars and stuff like that are painted on it, right? And there are floodgates that open up when it's time for the rains. And when the floodgates open, the water comes down and that's how it rains. We know that ain't true. They got that wrong. They have this view that the world is flat. That was wrong. You know, we can go on and on. Heavens. Did you notice that in linguistically heaven and sky is used interchangeably? That's because they were considered the same thing. This is why heaven's always depicted as a cloudy area in the blue sky. But as we kept going higher and higher with airplanes and then rockets and then got out the earth to see space beyond, we realized there ain't no heaven there. So then we ended up putting heaven in another dimension or something. Likewise with hell. Hell originally just simply meant like a hole in the ground. It didn't mean like a, you know, a flaming dimension, you know, somewhere else. I can go on and on about this. As time went on and we began noticing this stuff ain't true, that started backing the church into a corner. And people started calling them out for their bullshit. And it took the church a long time to finally admit, yeah, Galileo was right. Yeah, you guys are right. But with all this constant backing up in a corner, more and more people were beginning to realize, man, maybe all of religion is bullshit. Even their morality, they don't stick to. Is it bad to kill or not? Well, it's bad to kill unless you happen to be going up against another group of people who believe in a different invisible man than they do. Then it's okay to kill.
I asked my dad if there was a God before I even questioned Santa Claus. He told me, like, you know, he doesn't believe in God, but that's up to me to decide. My cousin always said, where's the proof? Hey, you know, and then the more I looked into it, it's like, yeah, you know, I think he's right. There's no proof. And, you know, my mom, she laughed when I was like about 3. She's all Christy and shit. You know, she bought us like, you know, junior Bibles when we were young, and I try to read it, and it's just like, I really tried to believe it. What really pissed me off was in school, I was actually attacked, not physically, but verbally, because I didn't believe in God. One time in 6th grade, this asshole was yelling at me because I didn't believe in God, and he actually took me up to the fucking teacher. The fucking teacher. It was public school. You know, like, tell him there's a God. And then the teacher, you know, hey, but you gotta have faith. You know, they pretty much call me a dumbass. You know, I'm stupid because, you know, all I have to do is look at the sky, look at the trees. How could there not be a God? It's like, if there wasn't a God, would that make anything any less wonderful than it is? To me, it makes it more impressive that humans went from, you know, the first single-celled organisms to, you know, more life, then branched out more and more, and then we're at the point we are today, the dominant species on the planet. To me, that's great.
I would like to talk about these things. Hence, if I was to ask you, what is the most powerful tool you could ever have, what would you say? I'm sure the answer is varied. You might say it's a gun or, amongst other things, a baseball bat maybe. I'm not entirely sure why you will say baseball bat, but hey, there you go. But you know what I would say? I would say that a powerful mind and a good pen are the ultimate team tool. Because with this pen, I could write to inspire, anger, to make laugh, to describe, to explain, to inform, to show love and appreciation to, but most of all with this pen, I could show wisdom. And we often underestimate the power of the smallest things. With this pen and this mind, well, not this mind, mine's a bit crazy and mixed up and everything's everywhere, but with a strong mind and enough emotion, you could go a long way. See you later, YouTube. Peace.
Yo, Dr. Sagan, bitch, better recognize. Down from the skies, all alive once again, to fuck up your lies and make you realize that the only real sin is to talk shit with a grin about this cosmos that you and me be living in. It's been a while now, but I'm back from space, come back to this place to slap more sense into the whole human race. What a disgrace. Now what's all this shit I've been hearing about the laws of time and space adhering to some baloney-filled claim that it's God we be fearing? Are you a scientist? No? Then you don't know your shit! When it comes to the laws and first cause, you be talking some smack, dick, so I'm on the attack, bitch! Motherfuckers be trippin', but I'm not slippin'. Science is what I said. Carl Sagan, and you're dead. In my spaceship of the imagination, I found the wisdom to smack down to this fucking Christian nation. First God doesn't exist. I never met the prick. This ain't some Copperfield trick, bitch. It's as real as it gets. Second, the universe ain't friendly to life. If it was, you'd know because yours wouldn't be full of such strife. So get your head straight. Go on a fucking date. I don't have to remind that space ain't kind, because there ain't no other planets with cognitive mind. At least not around the sun, son. So just have fun, but remember that astronomers are number fucking 1. Motherfuckers be trippin', but I'm not slippin'. Science is what I said. Carl Sagan.